Today's episode comes to you straight from the Foundation Insurance Services podcast studio, your home for elevating voices, inspiring leaders, and building the community one conversation at a time. If you're enjoying the journey, we'd love for you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps these stories reach even higher.
I apply that same philosophy to my business. Whether you're a customer that spends $100,000 a year with me or spends $100 a year with me, you're going to get the same level of service, attention to detail. You're going to get my very best.
Hey there, welcome back to Above and Beyond, where excellence meets elevation. I'm your host, Jan Simon, and this season we're raising the bar, diving into the passion, purpose, and defining moments of leaders who don't just aim high, they live there. Big ideas, real stories. Let's get into it. Today's guest brings a rare blend of deep industry experience, relationship-first service, and a story that comes full circle. He was first introduced to the world of print at just 15 years old, working summers alongside his father in New York City, scraping aluminum plates, film, and lead from some of the largest commercial print shops in the tri-state area, watching massive presses roll out catalogs. Retail ads and Broadway playbills left an impression that would quietly shape his future. Fast forward more than 30 years, and he's now the founder of A&J Graphics and Promotions, offering a true concierge-level approach to promotional products, print, signage, and branded merchandise. His mission is simple but powerful. Help businesses tell their story, stand out from the competition, and leave a lasting impression no matter the size or the budget. On a personal level, he grew up in northern New Jersey, married his high school sweetheart together for over 42 years, and made a bold move in 1998, packing up their young family and relocating from New Jersey to Arizona in search of a better quality of life. Before finding his home in promo and print, he also built experience in the hotel and restaurant world with Marriott Corporation. Ladies and gentlemen, Larry Schendelman.
It's good to be here, Jan. Thanks for inviting me.
You're very welcome. Thank you for coming on the show, and I very greatly appreciate it. We've had the opportunity to play golf a couple times together, I think.
We have.
And I appreciate you taking the time to come in and let us learn more about you and your business, and what makes you different than everybody else.
What makes me different? Well, we talked about the concierge style of service, and for me, I really cherished what I learned from Marriott Corporation, and it was take care of the customer no matter what it takes. And I apply that same philosophy to my business. Whether you're a customer that spends $100,000 a year with me or spends $100 a year with me, you're going to get the same level of service, attention to detail. You're going to get my very best. So I think that's where we separate ourselves from the pack. So it's the communication, it's the willingness to listen, to make sure that we are, not to borrow from you, but going above and beyond for our customers.
It's interesting how many times that comes up, and now it's funny because I'm like, I'll be just watching TV and somebody's talking, they're going, yeah, it just goes above and beyond, and I'm like, that's awesome. So taking it back to your childhood, you grew up in northern New Jersey.
I did.
What would constitute northern New Jersey?
Okay. You're a sports fan, right?
Yeah.
You follow professional
Meadowlands?
football. Exactly. Jimmy Hoffa, we don't know if he was buried there or not, but that's what the story goes. So the Meadowlands, Giants Stadium, I grew up probably about 5 miles due west of Giants Stadium.
Wow. So you're a Giants fan?
No, I'm actually a Jets fan, but
the
Jets play in Giants Stadium.
Yep.
Friends of mine will tease me. Giants fans will say, okay, Jets fans, time to pay the rent.
There you go.
Especially because we typically are far worse than they are.
Yeah. You know who else is a huge Jets fan? Doug Hopkins.
Oh, Doug Hopkins. Yes, I did know that.
He's a very big Jets fan.
He's a New Yorker.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
that's so
I
cool.
feel bad for him every time they get their butts kicked.
We are, I want to say now we are in our 56th rebuilding year.
There you go.
Since Joe Willie Namath brought us a championship in 1970.
Man.
It's just brutal.
Who was, 19... Oh, shoot. I can't think of the guy's name. There was a quarterback back in the 80s or maybe 90s.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Vinny Testaverde.
Yes, Vinny Testaverde.
Vinny Testaverde.
They were pretty good back then. They weren't bad.
They were okay. And then he resurrected his career kind of later on with what was it, Tampa Bay?
Yeah, somebody
Buccaneers.
like that.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So we can't stay upstate New York, northern New Jersey. Did you ever spend time down at the boardwalk?
Oh yeah, Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me and Snooki.
I say, did you watch the show?
A little bit. I feel like, those kinds of shows, you're kind of dumber for it. You just lose a couple
you
brain
get
cells.
done, you're like, man, I lost some brain cells there.
Exactly. So not too much, but I'm well aware of it. But, just the whole, the music scene was kind of a big deal. Springsteen, Bon Jovi, South Side Johnny and the Asbury Jukes. I don't know if they were as well known here, but they had a couple hits. There's a couple others too, but Frank Sinatra was from Hoboken.
Oh, really?
Jersey. Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
I did not know that. So, sports band, Paperboy.
Yeah. So band. It's probably.
What'd you play?
I didn't have a whole lot of choice. I wanted to play the drums, and
Okay.
ultimately I ended up buying myself a set of drums kind of in my teen years.
Okay.
But my parents didn't want the racket.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're like, well, you have a choice. You can play the clarinet or trumpet or flute. I'm like, really? Those are my choices?
One choice in there
Seriously?
that might make you almost cool.
It's like, yeah. So clearly, I was not the cool one. I end up taking clarinet,
Okay.
and it was awful.
Did you
It was
Did you switch over to saxophone at all, or did you just play?
No, I did I think it was like a mandatory 2 years.
Okay.
Kind of like a language.
Yep,
mandatory 2 years. I take the 2 years. I'm like, get the shit away from me.
Yeah.
It's like,
Just done with
give me
it.
the drums. I just want to be like, what is it, Animal on the Muppets?
Yeah.
I just want to hit things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, I hear you there.
So I ended up buying some drums. I got I think it was like late junior high school. Another kid I knew, he's like, yeah, I got this set of drums in my basement. My dad wants me to get rid of it. Went over there, took a look at it, and gave him like $150, and
Nice.
that was that.
Did your parents let you play it?
It was down in the basement.
Okay.
And those homes, I mean, they were concrete, and I mean,
Yeah.
they were pretty well soundproof. So I'd go down the basement and I'd turn up some.
Christine grew up in New Jersey. Well, she didn't grow up in New Jersey. She was born in New Jersey, lived there for a while, but she had family in New Jersey. And she talks about, I think it was her grandmother's house, that she talks about roller skating in the basement.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it had like a metal pole in the middle or whatever. She's talking about roller skating. I may be messing that story up, but I'm pretty sure it was her that was roller skating and not like a cousin or something.
Next time I see Christine, I'll have to get the real story.
Yeah. So they were in
Everybody had basements there too. So
Maple Shade. So it's kind of more central New Jersey.
Maplewood? No.
I think it's Maple
I
Shade.
never heard of that.
And then her aunt now, well, two of her aunts now have place down in Egg Harbor.
Yes. Okay. So that's down South Jersey.
Yeah.
So that's kind of near Atlantic City.
Yeah.
I wanna
So
say.
it's like maybe a 40, 45-minute drive to Atlantic City, but like as the crow flies, it might be 5 miles, right? Because it's like all the water.
Yep.
In fact, I think we took the boat one time and went out.
It's a great way of life down there.
Oh, it's beautiful. Except for the green flies. I don't know if you had green flies up where you were, but horrible. So you played band for 2 years. What else did you do anything?
Yeah, I played. You asked about sports.
Yes.
So I bowled.
Okay.
I played baseball, Little League baseball. Those were kind of the two major ones. I loved baseball.
Okay.
I wasn't all that good at it, so I played up till was it ninth grade? I played up till ninth grade.
Okay.
And bowling, actually, I bowled from 8 years old up through high school. I was actually on a high school bowling team, and we'll probably get to it at some point, but that's where I met my wife.
No kidding.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? We should start a APN bowling team because Steve Alexander was like, I guess, a professional bowler or something
I
like
was
that.
watching a little bit of his podcast earlier today, and I picked up on that. I never knew that.
Yeah.
I knew he loved the cigars. But
Yeah, he was
I didn't know
talking
a
about the
bowler.
bowling, and I'm like,
Yeah.
sounds like he was something else at one point.
Twinkle Toes Alexander.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
That's
we'll need to put together a bowling night.
I would love that.
So you bowled in through high school.
That was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not Steve Alexander's caliber, but I was averaging in the 180s.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. I had a
Beer
friend.
league, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I had a friend growing up who I didn't realize he bowled as much as he did, but he was all into like, you know, the thumb hole and the ball and the this, and it's got to be right, and da 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 da. It's like,
did
what?
he carry in like luggage, full on luggage,
exactly
on wheels?
It's like when you show up for, you know, I played in a league here in Arizona. Oh God, I don't know, 15 years ago or so. Probably more than that. And you show up and you know, I'm like up at the counter getting my shoes, walk around trying to find the ball that I used the last time because I liked the way it felt, and people are showing up with their shoes and 3 balls. It's like, okay, how's the oil on the lane today? Which ball am I using? I'm like, okay, this is way above my grade.
Yeah.
So. I mean, I can throw a ball. That's about as far as it goes.
That's it.
It might hit the pins.
How fast can I throw it?
Exactly. So was there anybody in high school growing up? I mean, were you a troublemaker? Were you?
No, actually, you know, and we can go down any avenue you want. So are we talking high school?
Yeah.
Now, or are we talking, okay.
Yeah, high school.
Okay, so high school, no, I was not a troublemaker. That's probably where I kind of got my confidence.
Okay.
In high school, you know, kind of before that, I was kind of a little bit of like more of a scrawny kid. You know, I was kind of like the Jewish kid with the big nose and all this stuff. It's like, you know, but I kind of hit my stride in high school, so the confidence was there, and and I would not say I was a troublemaker, but I did like a good time. I will say, I was known to skip a class or two.
Okay.
Maybe a whole day.
Yeah.
You know, just raise some hell, but nothing really big.
Yeah. Did you have a car in high school?
I did. I had my first car was a 1977 Ford Mustang.
This podcast is powered by Above Par Network, where networking isn't about awkward mixers or endless pitches. It's about genuine relationships, real opportunities, and having a good time doing it. If you're ready for networking that actually works, visit AboveParNetwork.com.
This episode is powered by 5 Leaf Financial, expert accountants, tax preparers, and CFOs who help you make smarter financial choices. If you want peace of mind around your finances, visit 5leaf.net.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I had a 65.
6, yeah.
When I was in my last year of high school.
Now that's a car.
Yeah. And, you know, I was thinking about it really honestly the other day. I was thinking about it because I remember thinking, okay, it's almost 25 years. So when it gets to 25 years old, it's going to be a classic, right? Well, then my now ex-wife, but we had our daughter and there were no seatbelts in the back seat. It was like, okay, we got to get a car that I can buckle somebody into the back seat.
Oh, yeah.
And so I sold that car. I think I sold it for like $5,000.
Wow.
And then we got another car. But I think back on that sometimes.
Was it all stock? Or?
Oh, it was straight. It wasn't stock. The interior was not pony interior. The paint was not a stock pony paint. So it was. We were in Washington, and it was an emerald green color, and then it had a personalized plate that said 65 Toad, and it was a yellow with the emerald green. It was a yellow plate with emerald green on it. That's amazing. But it was a straight 6200, all stock. The engine was stock. Pretty much everything else in it was stock, except for had the upholstery replaced, and I didn't go with the pony upholstery. But it was a fun car. It was fun to work on.
You were a car guy.
Well, I was at one point. Now I don't know that you can be unless I mean, I was talking to Christine's boss. It's a lifestyle now, right? I mean, you can't. Right. You go get a '65 Mustang. It's going to cost you $75,000-$80,000 for a good one.
Try to insure it. I mean, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So, But yeah, no, and I mean, I had a '72 Ford pickup before that. So the first car I learned to drive in was my parents. My parents had a 70. 79 Cadillac,
That's
big
my-
old boat.
My dad. I learned how to drive on a 1979 Cadillac Sedan DeVille.
Yeah.
Banana yellow with the brown vinyl top.
No kidding.
It actually was a
I said,
beautiful car.
if you can learn to parallel park one of those old boats, you can parallel park anything. Anyway, and then I drove a 72 Ford through high school because that was just the truck we had, and
Paneling?
I was reckless.
Side paneling?
No, it didn't have paneling on the side. It had a front-mounted spare tire, though, so I could hit just about anything I wanted to.
I remember the old Lincolns had that.
Yeah, it just bounce off. So,
Yeah.
all right. So, high school, you weren't a troublemaker, but you met your wife in high school.
Yeah, so that was my junior year, her senior year. So she's a year older than
She's
me.
a cradle robber.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. yeah. So, funny enough, she bowled on the girls' high school, and I was the boys, and she caught me in the hallway one day, and she asked me out. She says, "Hey, you want to go out?" So our first date, we go to the Friday night high school wrestling matches, and I think you were a wrestler, right?
Yep.
And from there, one of her best friends, her dad, worked security down at the Meadowlands racetrack. The Trotters were running because it was winter time, so he would hook us up. He'd get us in for free into the races. So a bunch of us, we went to the races after the wrestling matches. So that was our first date. It was kind of interesting. The other interesting thing too was I wasn't quite driving yet.
Huh.
So she was my ride.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was kind of nice.
That's
she
cool.
drove, I want to say it was like a 1971 Ford Maverick with manual steering.
It's a fake Mustang.
That thing was, it got you from point A to point B.
I don't know who idea that was.
It wasn't pretty.
No,
But it
not
worked.
for sure.
It worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After high school, let's stay there for a second, because I think in your intro, at 16, you started working with your dad, cleaning plates and stuff.
So with my dad, I kind of worked a couple jobs in the summers. The fast food. I think most of us ended up doing that. Fast food. Then I was a busboy at a couple different restaurants. But actually, working with him, he was a scrap metal dealer, a second generation scrap metal dealer. Now in New York City, that was a that was a job that was not so unknown. It was I'm not going to say common, but you can make a very good living doing it. My dad did it. My grandpa did it. They both had their own business, so they were entrepreneurial.
Okay.
That's right where I got my entrepreneurial spirit. But he paid better than any of the fast food or any of the other. I remember he was paying me $20 an hour cash. This is back, this is back in the very early 80s.
Oh, wow.
So he was making good money, and as he was getting older, I became the muscle.
Okay, yep.
And I kind of worked out. I was in pretty good shape. So, I'd help him with that, and he was more the sales guy. He'd get the jobs. We'd go into these huge print shops, like, these shops that just print for, Macy's, and I'm talking about the inserts that go in the Sunday New York Times.
Oh, wow.
The playbills like on Broadway, think in New York City, all these big printed pieces, catalogs and such. These huge 60, 70, 80, 100,000 square foot print shops.
Wow.
So he'd set me up, and I'd start, folding the metal plates and put them in these bins, and then the silver and this and that. And he would go and he'd talk to the owners. So he'd go schmooze, and I'd do the grunt work. So I'm like, okay, I could do this summertime. So I was grateful when the shops had air conditioning. Some of them did not.
Oh, no kidding.
I did not appreciate
Wow.
that. Yeah. So, I did that for a couple summers, and it was good. And he always treated me for a nice lunch. We go for lunch, and it was kind of interesting. But it's probably my when I realized at some point that I was not going to want to live long term in North Jersey was the traffic. So he drove a big truck, a box truck. I want to say it was like a 12 or 16 foot.
Okay.
So manual steering, and when you're braking, getting into the Lincoln Tunnel and all the traffic, just the bumper to bumper traffic is just awful. Any of the major arteries getting towards like the tunnel, getting into the city, it would take you 45 minutes just to get in. And we're only talking maybe going like 7 miles.
Yeah.
So it was just terrible. I'm like, this sucks. This is not for me.
Yeah.
So I knew this is not what I want to do for a living.
Right.
You would say, pass on the legacy. It's a good business. You can make a good living. But I'm like, you know what? I want to make a living with my mind, not my brawn.
Yeah.
And he did. He did it with his back. I'm like, Dad, why don't you hire a sales guy?
Yeah.
I mean, a guy not a sales guy. You do the sales. He's great at sales.
Like
but
construction
someone
or whatever,
to do the grunt work. And ultimately, he had to because he was having back problems.
Okay.
And, sciatica and all this other stuff. And he was a big guy too. So, but yes, I did that, and that was good. And Dad and I really bonded in those times. So my relationship with him was
That's good.
closer than I'd say with my mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Siblings?
I have a sister, 6 years younger than me.
Okay.
And she still lives in New Jersey.
Oh, she does. Okay.
She's there, and she has a family, and they live in Montville. So they are in, I want to say, Essex County. So probably half hour or so from where I grew up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you met your ex, or you met your ex.
No ex. Please
Not your
don't
ex.
tell-
I'm sorry.
Honey, there's no ex.
You met your wife
Yeah.
on the bowling team. Did you guys bowl after school? I mean, after you got out of high school and stuff?
Many years later. So, I mean, even I think, I don't know if it was before or after we had kids, but after we got married, certainly. My dad was in a fraternal organization called the Knights of Pythias. Yeah, it's kind of like the Knights of Columbus or Lions Club or any of these fraternal organizations that do a lot of charity work. Mm-hmm. So they had a men's league. So I joined that, and then the wives had like a women's league. So they bowled the same night. So we'd go, and she'd bowl with the women. I'd be on the other side of the, and bowl with the guys.
Yeah.
It was brutal. This is when I was still working for Marriott. So I'm working my 14 hours, and then the league would start at 9 o'clock at night. I wouldn't get home.
My God.
I wouldn't get home till midnight.
Wow.
And then, everybody smoked in the alleys back then. So I was like, I come home, I stink, I'm wide awake. It would take me an hour just to calm down till I fall asleep, and then that alarm goes off at 3:45 in the morning. You got to get up. And,
That is brutal.
So yeah.
That's brutal.
Yeah, but we did that, and then we moved here. I brought the bowling balls, and they put them in the garage. And it's funny, we were cleaning out like about a year ago, and there they are, fingertip grip. I got the big luggage with the bowling balls. I'm like, let's just donate them. We don't bowl enough, So I donated them.
Did you go to college after high school, or did you
I did.
straight to work?
Fairleigh Dickinson University. So they had several campuses. The one I went to, Rutherford campus, and I majored in hotel restaurant management.
Oh, okay.
Hence the Marriott.
Hence the Marriott. And so then you moved here in 98, but did you move around with Marriott at all before that?
No, I didn't. So that was all in New Jersey. So actually, I started working for Marriott during college.
Okay.
January 1985 or 6. I started there, and I started as a host in their multi-purpose restaurant, which means they're open breakfast, lunch, dinner. Did that, and then ultimately I moved upstairs. They used to call it the penthouse. There was a fine dining restaurant up on the top floor of the hotel, of the Marriott Hotel, and they made me a supervisor up there. And basically, I was a glorified manager because there was one manager, there was one assistant manager, and if they were both off, I was running the whole show. So I was doing everything. But the nice thing is they were only open for dinner. So the hours were limited. It just gave me a lot of flexibility. It was pretty cool. The food was way better, too. So on breaks, I got to eat, I could eat a filet mignon on my break.
Wow.
So it was kind of nice.
Yeah.
So I worked Marriott during college, just part-time. I also picked up some gigs doing, banquet waitering, bartending, all stuff in food and beverage. So I stayed with Marriott throughout, and I graduated in May of 1988.
Okay.
And I was interviewing and putting out, interviewing with some other hotel companies, but because Marriott knew I had the experience, they gave me the best offer. So I signed on with Marriott. I went into their management program for running front of the house. So back of the house is working in the kitchen. I didn't do that. I worked front of the house, so we were managing multi-purpose restaurants, fine dining restaurants, and because I worked at a hotel, at a airport property, I worked at the Newark Airport Marriott, we had 24-hour room service. So we're also in charge of that.
Okay.
So long days.
Yeah.
Very long days. I burnt out pretty quick. So from age 22, 1988 till 1992, I did that. I worked my way up a little bit, got 1 or 2 promotions, but things weren't moving fast enough for me, and they don't pay you squat. So, I'm working like subsistence level, and my wife's like, okay, we're been married a couple of years now. If you want to start a family, you better find something to do that's going to pay you like a decent wage so we can afford to have a family.
Yeah.
And it's not dependent on me. So, this is where I get out of hospitality. So I leave in April of 1992 and enter the print industry again.
Okay.
So when it comes back full circle on this side of it, I'm working as a salesperson, a print broker. So one of the guys that I met while in the bowling league, the fraternal organization, Knights Pythias Bowling League, I meet this one guy. And we're I don't know if we're on the same team, we're bowling against each other, but we get to chatting, and he's like, you don't seem very happy. You kind of seem a little grumpy. What's going on with you? What's your story? I said, you'd be kind of grumpy too if you work 12, 14-hour days, and you come here and you've been up for 18 hours already. So I gave him the whole spiel and what I did, and he's like, why don't you come work with me? He's like, I'm Monday through Friday, no weekends, no holidays. I worked all the weekends, weekends, holidays, you name it. Especially being an airport property, you never close. You're like a hospital. You don't close. So I'm like, this is interesting. No weekends, no holidays. You set your schedule, call on who you want to. Your clients are your own, but I had to bring in the clients. So he wasn't feeding me any leads or anything. So I go home, I talk to my wife about it, and she's like, sounds interesting. So several weeks go by. He's hitting me up every week that I see him at bowling. I'm like, you know what? I'm just getting so frustrated. I just feel like my career is kind of a dead end with hospitality and restaurants. I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, I have built up so much goodwill in the hotel and restaurant business that if it doesn't work out, I know I can go back and I can have a job in 5 seconds. I always believed in leaving on good terms. Always maintain the relationships. So I figured to myself, okay, I'm going to try this. Where am I going to go? Where am I going to find business? Okay. Well, I worked at this hotel, this hotel, this hotel, this restaurant, this banquet facility. These are going to be the places I call on first. Every single one of them said, okay, here, take these samples, quote them. And if you're in the ballpark, we'll use you. We know you.
Yeah.
We don't know anything to the other guy. So that's how I started building up. And that was that. And I never went back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that. April 1992, that was.
Okay. Yeah. So up until that point, was there anybody that helped you along, mentored you, kept you on the straight and narrow?
Big thanks to Maritime USA for sponsoring the show, helping businesses simplify payment processing and reduce unnecessary fees. If you're tired of overpaying to accept cards, it might be time for a better option. Learn more at maritimeusa.com.
This episode is supported by Rocks Ink Calligraphy, where every piece is created by hand and designed to be remembered. From custom calligraphy and engraving to live event personalization, Rocks Ink turns meaningful moments into lasting art. Learn more at rocksink.com.
I'd say with the business part of it, my dad was pretty business savvy, I have to say. Not to go off on tangents, but back to the Cadillac. He could sell and he can drive a sale and he can get his price too when he's on the buying side. I watched him make the Cadillac dealer cry, and I am not kidding you.
No kidding.
I am not kidding you. That man walked out over $100 bill in 1979. Yeah, So he knew what he was talking about. So when it came time, for me, I started working with this one guy, and it was fine. But I started building up. My revenue starts going up, and it's like the end of 1994. So I've been doing this for about 2.5 years, and my revenue was probably about 85-90% of what his was, and he's been doing this for years, probably 10 years. He's like, what do you think about becoming partners? I'm like, huh. I'm like, well, what'd you have in mind? Well, this. I said, okay. I said, that car you drive. I said, is that a business, for business? Oh, yeah. He said, my wife's car is too. I said, well, am I going to get that? Am I going to get a business car? And is my wife too? Oh, well, I don't know. So I said, let me think about this. I go home, I talk to my dad. He says, you're not doing that. He says, you built up, none of these clients were given to you. You take those clients and you start your own business. Come up with a name, and you're going into business for yourself. And I went back the next day, and I told him, I said, this is what I'm doing. That is not what he expected to hear.
Yeah.
I'm sure he respected it, but he didn't appreciate it. So our relationship from that point forward was pretty frosty.
I'm sure.
My dad knew this guy very well. Actually knew the guy's father.
Oh, wow.
So, and this guy highly respected my father. So he wasn't going to pull any shady shit. And he knew what the deal was going to be. And if anything went a little bit funky and sideways, or if I thought that something was not going above board, my dad was going to get involved. And my dad is an imposing figure. Think Frank Sturpey. Not quite as tall, but my dad was about 6'2", 330 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Big dude.
Yeah.
Big dude. So anyway, so I started my own business. And that was January 1st, 1995. And the next challenge was, okay, what do we call it? I'm asking around, what do you call it? Hey, what's your kid's name? Alexa. I have one child at the time.
Okay.
Bingo. We're going to call it Alexa Graphics. Problem solved. Well, stupid me. It never occurred to me that I might have another child down the road. Might not appreciate that I named it after the one kid.
Yeah.
But not the other. So as luck would have it, as time would go on, 1998, when we decided to move, I sold the business, which gave me an opportunity to start a new business and come up with a new name. So I went a little more generic.
Okay.
Hence A&J Graphics and Promotions.
Okay. I'm assuming the J is after your second child.
Justin.
Okay.
Bingo.
All right. And that was 98 when you came here.
June of 98. Yep.
Okay. And since then you have not looked back.
I have not.
Any time in there, and we'll call them seasons, that kicked you in the teeth, where you were ready to just be done? I mean, I can imagine you had we'll call it a book of business or a clientele in Jersey.
Book of business is good. Yep.
Right, and you sell that, so
I do.
You may or may not have a couple dollars in your pocket.
That was a learning lesson too, the way it was structured. I wished I had, in hindsight, I wished I had structured it a little bit differently. The guy I sold it to was a guy who I think was a little bit lazy. Was somebody who wasn't willing to go out, knock on doors, pound the pavement, just grind it out to build. He was looking to buy accounts, which is fine, but he wasn't really nurturing those accounts the way I did, And my clients always stayed with me because I took such good care of them, and this guy didn't.
Gotcha.
And he started losing business, and the way the thing was structured, the way the deal was structured was, if he starts dropping revenue, what he would pay me was a percentage
of that revenue.
Of that. So, yes, but that's a lesson. That you learn.
Yeah.
I said, by the next business I sell, it will not be structured that way, and I know now.
Yeah.
But I was young at the time, so yeah. So, but I mean, it still worked out because at the time, we had a 4-year-old and an 8-month-old. So, my wife was home, so we were really fully dependent on me. Now, the crazy thing was, we moved without real jobs. So her plan was to stay home and be mama for a while anyway. And my job was going to be, okay, we're going to start up another business, start from scratch. I don't know anybody in Arizona. Well, take that back. I knew one person, but it wasn't a business associate.
I was going to ask that question. It's like you leave.
It was
something
a friend.
You've known.
it was a golf buddy.
Okay.
It was my wife's ex-boss's husband who became one of my golf buddies back in Jersey. And he moved out. He got a job about 2 years before we moved out. He was in construction. He worked for a huge company in New York, Laird McGovern. I mean, they built the big skyscrapers in New York. I mean, just huge construction projects. So he was looking to move, and he got a job with, can't remember the name of the company. They built Bank One Ballpark, which is now Chase Field, where the Diamondbacks play. So anyways, comes to the moving part. This is like 1997. Calls me up. Phoenix opens on TV. So it's January. I'm home. It's freezing. It's snowing. Calls up. Hey, Angel, what's up? His name's Angel. How you doing there? Good. You watching the tournament? Yeah. And it's like, yeah, it's 81 degrees, slight breeze. I'm like, yeah, F you.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's your point? He's like, I thought, maybe you'd want to come out, play some golf, kind of, see how things are out here. So I did. A few months later, I went out. It was actually in June. I don't know why I waited till June, but I went out in June. Early June. Yeah, 106 degrees.
You're like, what did I step into?
Well, I tell him, I'm like, oh, man. I was a much better golfer back then, too. I'm like, I'm going to play 36 holes a day. He's like, dude, it's hot here. You sure? Mm-hmm. You sure you want to do that? And I was much younger, too. Probably in better shape, too. First day we play 18. The next 2 days we play 36 a day. I thought I was going to die.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, we're on the course, and it's like, he's like, okay, you got to hydrate. Okay, I get it. I'm drinking as much water as I can handle. Like, I don't, pee. I don't go to the bathroom for hours and hours. I'm like, what's the deal?
Yeah.
And I'm not going to get too graphic here, but it doesn't look normal when you do. It's like, gosh, it's like I'm so dehydrated.
Yeah,
It's like, what is going on here? This is like otherworldly.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just fell in love with this Phoenix metro area.
Mm-hmm.
So he lived up by Red Mountain, up by Las Sendas.
Okay.
Well, what's not to like? This
Yeah.
was 1997. Everything was brand new.
Yep.
All the infrastructure was new. The schools were new. The roads were new. The shopping was new. The taxes were low. I'm ranting and raving. I'm so happy. I just love my experience. I go home, bragging to my wife. I'm like, we're miserable here. You hate your job. I hate I'm not real happy where I'm at. Taxes are high. Mm-hmm. We want a bigger house because we're, thinking of having another child. It's before our second kid. And we're in a little ranch-style house, like 1,300 square feet, which is fine to start a family, but ultimately you want to move into something bigger. I'm like, we can afford our dream house here, So I'm telling her all about it. So the following April, I get her, we come out, and we get hooked up with his realtor, my friend's realtor, and we schedule a 4-day trip. We bring the kids, and on the third day, we found the house, and we bought it. And we're still living in that house.
Oh, really?
We're still in the same house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
27 and a half years later, almost 28.
And I'm sure you paid almost nothing for that house.
Yeah, it was, it was like $196,000 for a 3,200 square foot T.W. Lewis house.
This is nice.
In Gilbert. And we put like $8,000 in upgrades in. So it was like $204,000. I sold my old 45-year-old ranch for like $35,000 more than what we paid for that house.
Wow.
Brand new.
Wow.
Yeah. It's crazy.
That's
now, the
insane.
one thing I do miss is land.
Yeah.
So we had some property. We had about 0.4 of an acre, which here is hard to come by unless you're buying, you go far out east or wherever.
Yeah. Everything's on
gonna
postage stamps. That's
postage stamps. Yeah. And everything's cookie cutter.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I regret that a little bit, but in the end, we're very happy. We had the best neighbors. We had the best street.
That's
when we
awesome.
moved in, our neighbors they couldn't do enough for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, these people, they're so friendly.
Yeah.
Like back east, it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you had your best friends, the people who deeply cared about you, but like your neighbors, I mean, you were either dear close friends with them, or it's just like they didn't even look at you when they passed down the street.
Oh.
Here, everybody was so friendly. I think things have evolved and changed a little bit, but I will never forget the day we move in. My wife's like, okay, we have a refrigerator, we have no food in it. I need to go to the grocery store. So she runs up to Albertsons, at Power and Baseline. I'll never forget it. And she comes home and she says, I had the weirdest experience at the checkout counter. The cashier asked me, did you find everything you need? Is there anything else we can get for you? And can we help you out to the car? And she's like, and you're coming from like North Jersey, New York. It's like, nobody talks like that. She's like, what the F do you care? What do you care how my day was?
Yeah.
This is just like foreign
That's
to
funny.
us.
That's so funny.
Like foreign.
Yeah.
Like now we get it. Like,
Yeah.
we've come accustomed to it. But it was like we went to Mars.
That's awesome.
I mean, you do not find that. Even when we go back east, you go to the grocery store or any major retailer and you go to the cashier and they just look like they've had the suckiest day ever. They've got like RBF on the face and it's like they can't wait till their shift is over and you could just see it,
Yeah.
And so when we travel or we go back east or wherever we go, I'm always happy when we fly back. I never mind coming home after a vacation. It wasn't that way when we lived back east. We go on a vacation, we come home, you fly back into Newark. I'd just get in the pit of my stomach. I'd be like literally sick.
Really?
Well, I worked there. I'm passing. There's my work. There's the Marriott right there, right at the airport. And I would get just a knot in the pit of my stomach. I'm like, I cannot believe I have to go back to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife would be the same way. So all that went away when we moved here. Yeah.
Nice.
It was a great move for us.
Nice.
It really was.
How long did it take you to build your business back up after you? Because in '98 you moved here not knowing really anybody, and so boots on the ground.
It was total boots on the ground. So fortunately, because we are connectors, we're networkers. You are, I am. I had a buddy who actually introduced me to the promo industry. Shout out John Helder. And I knew that he was in a networking group called LaTip. It's like a BNI.
Okay.
LaTip, BNI, they kind of do the same thing.
Okay.
And so I remember him telling me this. He's still in that same group like 30-odd years later.
Oh, wow.
So anyway, I said, hey, what's the name of that place again? So I called the 800 number. I'm like, hey, you got a chapter, here's where I am. I'm at Gilbert. Yeah, we got one here. It was like at Alma School in the 60.
Okay.
So I go and, so I start there. Funny thing is, I picked up my first nice size account through that group.
Huh.
Do you remember Rebath? They're still in business.
Yeah.
They're not what they were.
Okay.
Well, 27 years ago, they were pretty big.
Yeah.
So what their tagline was, we'll put a new bathtub over your old bathtub. And their biggest clients were the hotels. They're going to the hotels and they'd retrofit, bathtubs and showers in the hotels that needed redoing.
Yeah.
It was time to redo them. So I got in there and they became a big account for me. And I was in their office 3 times a week, meeting with marketing, with sales, with human resources. We were doing work for everybody. The guys out in the warehouse. So that was really good. And then another one came up through networking. It came up through the guy at Rebath. He left and he went into the marketing department at Cold Stone Creamery. So that became another good-sized client for me. So things have evolved. These clients have come and gone.
Yeah.
But that, those accounts like those are what kind of sustained me in the beginning. I think everybody kind of needs to get a break. You get a break, you grind and grind and grind. It's like, oh, where's the payoff?
Yeah.
And, you never know. You're networking with people. You never know who they know. And it's just, okay, who do I know? Who's connected?
So from the beginning of when you started the business, restarted the business in '98, we got into the promo business.
This episode is made possible by our partners at Best Option Restoration. When water, fire, or mold damage hits your home or business, you need a local team you can trust to respond fast and do it right. Learn more at bestoptionrestoration.com.
Shout out to Guidance Alliance, a trusted peer advisory group for business owners who want honest answers, not motivation posters. Small groups, weekly sessions, ideas that actually work. Visit guidancealliance.com to learn more.
Yeah. Actually, I dabbled in promo in New Jersey.
Okay.
When I had the print, because the print customers were asking me, hey, can you get me T-shirts? Can you get me tote bags, Frisbees, cups,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a guy, I'm like, ooh, this sounds like an opportunity to make money.
Yeah.
I got to figure out. So that guy, John Helder, who I was telling you about, who introduced me to promo, I found him through, quote unquote, the yellow pages.
Yeah.
yeah, I find them. Yeah. I mean, that
Back
was
in
the
the
thing
day,
back
yeah.
in the day, right? Showing my age here. But yeah, so I found him, and he was a great resource. So I started funneling these orders through him.
Mm-hmm.
And it got to a point where that started growing. He says, look, he's like, I could take your money all day, but as your friend in good conscience, you should join what's called ASI. So it's kind of like an industry. This is where it's like a database where you could do all your research and find all these products in the promotional industry.
Okay.
Like a governing body, maybe. You probably have it in your industry where you go to like conferences and stuff, and it's run by such and such, So I started getting into that, going to the trade shows, and I started, okay, gosh, I have all these products at my disposal to sell to my existing print clients. So that's how that started. But yeah, so I made it more of a focal point in my sales routine when I got here.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
From the beginning, was it all rainbows and butterflies, or did you have any bumps in the road?
Shit, no. No.
Did you ever get to a point where you're like, you know what, I just want to go back to 9 to 5? Well, I guess your world, it was never a 9 to 5.
My worst day in print was better than the best day in the hospitality industry, and those who may listen and say, "Oh yeah, I worked in restaurants, or I did this in hospitality or in hotels." It's brutal. It's I call it a young person's game.
Yeah.
When I go out to a restaurant, I talk with the chef, and they're in their 40s. I'm thinking, gosh, you might be just a couple of years from having a heart attack.
Yeah.
Like seriously, I know so many people in the industry that got out early, and I'm glad they did. They probably saved their lives. I think I'd have been dead by my 40s.
Wow.
Yeah, it's such a grind.
Yeah.
It's such a grind. Unless it's very niche. If it's something where, maybe a very high-end restaurant, you're only open for dinner, you're only open 4 nights a week, that's one thing.
Yeah.
When you're working in a hotel, in a restaurant that's open, 365 days a year, because you have to be, because you're in a transient property, you have to be available.
Yeah.
So it's brutal.
So can you share with us maybe a time in the promotional business with A&J where, you were kind of up against a wall, you really felt like, oh my God, this is just kicking my butt. Obviously the hospitality business was worse. But
I think it was personal. So I've had bouts of anxiety and depression, which I know a couple of people on your show have talked about.
Mm-hmm.
And I have so much respect for people. I mean, it is somewhat taboo, but I think this is an opportunity for people like me to cast a light on it and say, look, you are not alone. There are people who are very successful that have anxiety and have had times where they just feel like they're overwhelmed. They can't handle it. I mean, I've gone through periods in my life where I felt like, oh my God, I have to get up and speak. I can't talk. I'm like I'm frozen.
Mm-hmm.
Or I had a couple embarrassing moments. So my daughter, believe it or not, I know you've golfed with me.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter's was a very good golfer. Probably still is. She doesn't play as much anymore, but she played collegiately. She came up through the ranks and played junior golf. So anyway, I have her in all these tournaments. So many times I'm driving her to these tournaments. And I want to say this is probably, I don't know, 2007, 2008-ish. I'm driving her to a tournament. We have to go up to like North Scottsdale. And I'm like, I got to pull over. I'm having a panic attack. And I'm so embarrassed because this is my daughter. I cannot make her late for her golf tournament.
Yeah.
Like I'm a failure. I pull over and she's like, Dad, call Josh's mom. And a friend of ours' mom had also been through some anxiety and this and that. And we would talk to each other. We'd help each other. And, we just talk about, okay, just stop, breathe, do some affirmations.
Yeah.
Just kind of slow it down. Let's slow it down a little bit. And you know what? 5-10 minutes, I'm back on the road. And that's all I needed. And eventually I've learned some coping mechanisms and some ways to deal with it. So as I'd gone on, those types of episodes would happen less frequently. But it was so embarrassing. I felt so terrible.
Well, I
for
think
my daughter, or if it would happen, to my son, where I'd have to take him somewhere, and but it was an episode. And fortunately, I'd got some help, and we're good.
Yeah. No, and I've been there.
Yeah.
And I mean,
it could paralyze you.
It absolutely can.
Yeah.
And the worst thing I think that can happen is, when you're trying to have a conversation, you're trying to figure out how to fix it, quote unquote, right? Is somebody just say, well, just change your mind. Just stop thinking about it.
100%.
It's like, you don't understand. The thoughts, and I have some obsessive issues, which leads to anxiety and things like that.
I have that. I got it.
Yeah,
ED,
where it's like, it's like your mind
Depression.
goes down this path, and
Oh, yeah.
and you can't pull it back.
No.
And it's crazy, and I think that's the thing that, and I don't know what it is
Panic attacks.
that started me on it, but same thing. A lot of times it started out with travel, but get in the car. I couldn't even drive from my house to Target, which was 2 miles,
I've had it happen.
without having panic attacks.
Yeah.
It's like, so
Or you got to get something to get on an airplane because you don't know if you could sit for a 2-hour flight.
yeah,
I've had that too, where I'd start walking on and I'd turn around and say, I need to get off this plane.
yeah.
And my wife, God bless her, she's like, okay, just calm down, take me by the hand, just kind of
It's
relax,
good. It's good that you have somebody like that supports you, and I do now.
It's
at one point in my life,
crucial.
I don't feel like it.
It's crucial.
Yeah.
To have that.
So that's awesome. When you strip away the numbers, the sales, the money, what is success to Larry?
I've thought a lot about that. And so I work with a business coach, and I've been working with her for about 3.5 years now. And she would ask me similar questions. She asked me, why do you get up in the morning? What makes you tick? Why is this important?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought about it, and for me, it's legacy. And she sent me a little charm, and it says legacy, and I have it in my office. So whenever I question why am I doing this, I think about my legacy. And for me, what my legacy is, it's my family.
Okay.
It's my wife, it's my 2 amazing children, and my son-in-law, 3 children. They mean everything to me. They're my why. They're all of it. I mean, that is the whole reason that I do what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I need to make money, but it's so I can do things with them and provide and to, do some nice things. And that's what it's all about. That's why I could do, what I do every day. And that's really what it comes down to. On top of that, I love what I do. I love it. No 2 days are the same. Every client has a different need, different challenge, different opportunity, different case to solve. But yeah, for me, it's family. And, I'm reminded about it. I've got their pictures all over in my office. And, so it's just very easy for me. I look at that and I say, okay, this is why I do what I do. And I love it. And, that's it. It's easy. It's easy for me. I will say. But yeah, I think you've got to find that sense of purpose. Like, why am I doing this? Is it just so I could feed myself and my family, or is there a higher purpose? for me, I mean, it's allowed me some wonderful things. I've got a lot of flexibility with my time. I could travel. I've got support in the background, on the kind of back end support that allows me, if I need to take some time off, or I just say, you know what, honey, it's Sunday tomorrow. I don't feel like working.
Yeah.
How about if we just unplug? Let's just go take a drive up to Cottonwood. Let's go do some wine tasting or whatever that looks like. Can you free up your schedule?
Yeah.
I may have to give her a few days notice, but I think that's great when you can do that. And if you can do stuff like that, or you find whatever it is you absolutely love to do other than your work, if your work allows you the freedom to do those things, it's like, oh, I don't need to stop doing this. I can keep doing this. I can do everything else I love to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
if you could go back to 1997 and give yourself one piece of advice, what would it be?
Wow. Probably have a better plan. I mean, we really flew by the seat of our pants. I mean,
Sometimes that's the best, though.
We defined it. I have friends like, I can't freaking believe you had no job, no income, two basically babies. I had an 8-month-old and a 4-year-old that are totally dependent on us. And you guys just, I think when there's no choice but to succeed, you succeed. You figure it out.
Burn the bridge.
We figured it out.
Yeah. Well, and I think so.
I mean, there was a lot of pain along the way.
Absolutely, I'm sure. But, you talk about this, and I've talked about it a couple different times on different shows where if you wait to be ready, that day's never going to come.
It's not coming.
Right? There's always going to be something that stops you. There's going to be, whether it's money, time, the people, whatever it is, there's going to be something that stops
you. If you allow yourself to stop and think about those things, forget it, it'll paralyze you.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So really, sometimes leaping without a plan is the best plan you can have.
I like when Frank says we're flying the plane as we build it.
That's right.
That has stuck with me, but I think to some degree or another, we all kind of do that.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I don't know how I'm going to do this podcast, but I'm going to figure it out.
That's right. That's right. It's like, it's, it burns inside you and you think, you know what, I'm going to do this. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah.
And we'll shape it as it goes.
Exactly.
Right? We'll make it better. We'll figure it out. Talk to me about A&J Promotions, right? Promotional?
A&J Graphics and Promotions.
A&J Graphics and Promotions.
It's a mouthful.
What? Tell me what you do.
So what we do is we provide solutions for we provide branding solutions for our customers. So we take their logo, their image, their message, and we put it on, physical product. So whether it's, promotional items, your cups, your bags, your pens, your tech items, wearable pieces, stuff like that, to print, which is I call ink on paper, to, signage, the apparel I touched on. So we take their message and we put it on printed media. Essentially is what it is. We can make them look pretty awesome on these different types of substrates. And so that's what we do. So no matter what type of business you're in, if you're looking to promote yourself and give out some type of a promotional marketing piece, if it can hold an imprint, we provide it.
Okay.
The one thing that we kind of stay away from, and I know there's other people within the network that do, we stay away from the full vehicle wraps, and the main reason that we do is that is a specialty, and it takes somebody that really knows what they're doing. Many people can print beautiful vinyl graphics, but if the install's not done right, and the seams don't fall in the right places, and this and that, it could really go sideways.
Yeah.
I'm thinking there's too much liability and there's too little profit. The margins are very slim. So I'm like, I'm going to stay away from that. Plenty of people that do, and I can refer out. But in the promotional space and the print space, I feel like I've got something to bring to the table with experience, with, our core values, with the communication and the, we're looking to develop a relationship, an ongoing relationship with our clients, our client partners. We want to be their marketing partner, essentially, for them. So, we're there for the long haul. Where we are different from, let's say, these internet companies, where you could, 1-800, whatever. You go in, you pick a product, upload art. Hopefully it's good art. You plug in your credit card, you hit send, and you hope for the best. We're much more of a concierge approach. So let's have a phone call. You want to do email, you want to do text. Let's talk about, okay, what kind of products you're looking for? Is there a specific event? Okay, who's going to be at the event? Certain, these adults or these children, certain age groups, male, female, what industries, who are you giving to? Do you have budget constraints? So, we want to do some fact finding so we can bring them products that, make sense.
Yeah.
Products that, okay, yeah, this makes sense for me. This works with my budget. This works with the event that I'm doing, versus giving them stuff that are way beyond their budget or just, doesn't make sense or the order minimums are way too high, that kind of thing. So we want to make sure that we understand, okay, what's the event? Who's the client? What are they looking for? What are they trying to get from this? What's the result that they're hoping to get? Mm-hmm. So I really want to kind of understand, okay, kind of build a picture.
Gotcha.
And then provide proper solutions for them and kind of see it through. Mm-hmm. We're there before, during, and after the service. 99.997% of the time things go great, but I want to hear about it when something doesn't go great. Mm-hmm. Because I look at that as an opportunity to shine. Okay, here's another way that we stand out. Hey, Larry, we received the box of pens, but the UPS box had a hole in it. And I can't say for sure that all the 1,000 pens that I ordered are in this box. And I said, hey, you know what? I don't want you opening and wasting your time counting out 1,000 pens to see if 1,000 pens are truly there. I said, does the box seem relatively full? Like, you think you got 750 pens in there? Oh, probably at least that. No problem. So we have vendor partners that we work with. We call them MVP suppliers that we have very special relationships with. We provide them a lot of business. Mm-hmm. So I'm part of a larger buying network, which gives me a lot of buying power.
Okay.
So we leverage the relationships with these suppliers, and we try to use them as exclusively as possible. So when something goes a little bit sideways, we can go back to them and say, hey, we have this challenge. Customer thinks, not sure, might be missing some pens here. No problem. I'll go to BIC, I'll go to, whoever it is, Pilot Pen, whoever it might be. No problem. How many you need? 250. Done. We'll print them the next day. We'll overnight them on our dime. 2 days later, 48 hours later, customer receives another box of pens. He's like, this is so much more than you needed to do. You went so far above and beyond.
Yep, there you go.
But that is how you make your reputation.
Yeah.
So I love the fact that we have these vendors that we can lean on, that do quality product. Every once in a while, maybe, something wasn't quite as the customer expected. They're there.
Yeah.
They're there. We can call them and say, hey, this happened. Make it right. What are you going to do? I'm the advocate for the client.
Yeah.
Just like you are with your clients. I'm the advocate. So I go to bat for them and I say, okay, here's what the client's looking for. I want at least this. Sometimes I'll even ask for more than what they ask for. Yeah, granted, I want to come back looking like a hero. Mm-hmm. Usually we do. But I'll always be, I'll always be very candid. I'll be upfront with them. I'll be honest with them. But nobody's perfect. But give me the opportunity to make it right.
What's the most unique thing you've ever had to imprint something on? Can you share?
We had a request. I don't think we did them.
It wasn't for a bachelorette party.
No, right? It was custom packaged condoms.
Oh my God! No kidding.
Yeah, Yeah, we ended
That's
up not
funny.
doing them, but we did inserts for DVDs for a guy that was making X-rated film.
No kidding. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
funny.
like the full color inserts.
Yeah.
We've done that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, and that part of it is all fine. I mean, we've
Yeah.
done stuff for the cannabis industry, which is, I mean, fine now. That's
Yeah.
very mainstream. But that's the cool part of it, because we get all these different projects that come to us.
Yeah.
We've done, like, T-shirts for a cannabis company, and they have all these cool sayings. Now, I don't partake so much, but those who do may understand some of these sayings in that world. People who like to get high or whatever it is, whatever the world, that world is. There's some very fun sayings, and we can print that. And,
Yeah.
oh gosh, there was another one. This guy was doing. He was doing mobile oil changes, and we did some T-shirts for him years ago, and he had all these taglines like Star Wars, lube long and prosper, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Or,
That's funny.
something about the color of the oil, or just very very funny little puns and jokes and stuff like that. Play on words.
Yeah.
So that stuff's kind of fun. I enjoy that. I mean, we've done some cool things like race cars and stuff like that. Like I mean miniature race cars.
Okay. Yep.
I mean, gosh, we've done some cool stuff with drinkware. We've done some cool. Lots of cool things. I mean, there's not one specific thing that comes to mind. A lot of the stuff we do, we do a lot of catalogs and brochures and pens and mugs and tote bags, tech gear. But every now and then people come to us with something. It's like, hey, I used to get these Nalgene bottles when I was at sleepaway camp when I was a teenager, and I was wondering if they're still in the industry. Well, I do a little search, and sure enough, Nalgene bottles are still in the industry. And there have been some knockoffs, but the Nalgene brand is still a thing, and they've been around for decades and decades. Igloo brand. You want an Igloo cooler? I can get you an Igloo brand cooler. Selling brands. That's another fun one, too. This show I was at last week, they had Blackstone grills there.
Oh, wow.
You want a Blackstone grill with your logo on it? I could
How cool would that be?
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, you can buy, Citizen watches, a lot of retail brands that are out there you might not even think of. Weber grills, they're another one that's there. Lots of brands. So that's kind of fun too, because people want retail brands.
Yeah. That's cool. What's something that we should know about Larry that most people don't know? Is there anything?
I'm a good friend. I care a lot about people. And maybe part of it is because my own struggles, and it meant a lot to me when someone was there for me, whether it was anxiety or whatever it was. Or I mean, my wife has been just an incredible rock star. She's so steady, just like a steady hand. No, doesn't have the highs and lows. It's just rock solid. But I think it's important for me, for the people that I care about and the people in my sphere, to know that I care. Whether it's, we're yucking it up at the bar, on the golf course, or, one of these networking functions, that's all great. But if you've got some deeper stuff going on and you need somebody that you can sit and have a serious conversation with, I could be that person too. Take off the work hat, put on the friend hat, whatever it is, to know that there's a good chance I've walked in, or I know someone who's walked in your shoes. And I don't judge. And sometimes I think people feel like, I don't know who I could talk to, or something will come up and say, oh, I didn't mean to touch on that. That's not your business. I don't want to bug you with it. Oh, no, bug me with it. The business stuff is secondary. You're a human, and your feelings are important, and they're important to me, being someone I care about. And so I think I'd want people to know that, besides being somebody who loves what they do, and I'm happy to sell you a product, you know what? If we don't do business together and I can be your friend, that's cool too.
Awesome.
If I can help you in any way, even if it doesn't bring me anything of a monetary value, that's totally fine. I feel like I'm at a stage in life now where, I've succeeded to a point. It's like, it's time to give back.
Yeah.
whatever it is, your time, what's it? Time, talent, and there's something else to that. But, yeah.
How do people find you?
So you can reach me at our website is www.ajgraphicsandpromos.com. The "and" is spelled out. My number is 480-236-6431. Email Larry at ajgraphicsandpromos.com. The "and" again is spelled out. And if I don't catch you there, I'll probably see you at a local networking function.
Awesome. Well, hey, I really appreciate it. I've enjoyed getting to know you better.
I loved it.
And thank you for coming on and sharing with us.
Thanks for having me.
About you, and hopefully somebody gets a little deeper understanding of who you are and respect for it. So
thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I appreciate it. This is Larry Schendelman, and I went above and beyond.
Stories we share beyond the fairways, friendships grow in APN's embrace, opportunities flow. No happy talking, just real deals, authentic connections, the kind that heals. From Palm Springs to Pine Top's Grace, APN's network spans every place. Above Par Network, we're going above and beyond, reaching new heights. In networking realms, scaling the heights. From mixers to golf, our spirits unite. APN's the beacon, our guiding light. So here's to APN, where dreams align. In every connection, a chance to shine. Above and beyond, we'll always strive. In APN's network, we truly thrive.
Before you go, if you want marketing that actually moves the needle, check out lzrmarketing.com. Expert marketing solutions for your business. From websites and social to ads that convert, Sexta, Liz and Riley help you stand out and grow. That's LZR Marketing, laser focused on your success.
Like, share, and subscribe to Above and Beyond, where excellence meets elevation. Elevate your mindset, one episode at a time.